And it's like, what does the development cost look like, and therefore determine what my lot price is going to be?
So some of that's still the same as six with another developer. You're still not going to build crazy
Exactly.
houses on little lots or vice
Well,
versa.
let me give you an example. If I paid $1 million for the piece of land and it costs me, let's work out an example. Land is $1 million. Development cost is usually going to be about 4 times what your land cost is going to be. So your total cost to do the development is $5 million. Well, how many lots can I make out of that? So this is a thing that we call uh, Jordan, help me. I can't think of the word. Density. Thank you. Thanks, Jordan, for not helping me. So this is what we call lot density. So lot density is this. In a normal neighborhood that Shaw Homes used to build, on our low end, we would do 2 lots per acre. That's usually a higher end product. Those are half-acre home sites. People like a nice half-acre home site, but my density is low. On the high end, right? So I might do 4.2 lots per acre. Okay, let's just say for round numbers, I have 50 acres. It's just a math problem. If I have 5 million into it and I have 4.2 lots per acre, somebody do the math for me, get your calculator out. 50 acres times 4.2 lots per acre. How many lots do I have?
210.
So my cost was 5 million and my lots were 210. What is 5 million divided by 210?
23,809. 2310.
23,809. Now that's cost. That doesn't have a profit margin. And I need to make money off of it. So let's just say you end up with a $30,000 lot, whatever it works out to be. Now that's at 4.2. Let's go back, and the math is easier on this. If I have 2 lots per acre, right? I have 100. What's my lot cost?
Half as much.
50,000. If I have 100 lots,
Oh,
I still got 5 million. These are on the half acres, and I have 100 lots. My cost is 50,000 per lot. So probably my price is more like 65,000. So instead of a 23,000 or $30,000 lot, I have a $65,000 lot because of my density. Does that
do you
make
have to,
sense?
yeah, do you ever like go back and figure it out like cost per acre when you have, because not every community is going to have all 4.2 or the same size lots is what I'm trying to get.
It really just comes down to density. So this is getting more complicated, but I'll give you
Yep.
the whole shebang here. If I buy 50 acres, I'm going to have like 8 acres that is what we call net unusable acreage. And there's net usable and net unusable acreage. If I have like a swamp on part of the 50 acres, but the way the land is, I had to buy part of the swamp. Well, I'll go back to this development right here. Tons of swamp, tons of low-lying areas here. Let me show you. See all these ponds and stuff right here? This lake, and this water going here. That's because there was this huge creek. There was originally a small pond right here, but this became part of the drainage, or what we call overland drainage easement of the entire master plan development. So we made all the land of the whole development slope into this and shed the water off so you don't have, floodplain and stuff like that. Does that make sense? But it
Yeah.
made this pond right here, this Coonsey Lake is huge, and it's multiple acres. So it takes away from your net usable acreage, but you still had to pay $100,000 an acre even for the pond part. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just gives you less net usable, which could cause your density of lots to go down and therefore your price to go up. But does the pond make it nicer to live around? Yes, it's pretty, right? So I mean, there's sort of a balancing. You can see this is somewhat complex, but this is kind of how you figure out what it should be.
Yeah.
And the city, unfortunately, often has a lot to do with this because they say, we'd really like a builder to build some affordable housing here. Every city in America will say that to you. They all will. And if you take a layout of your neighborhood that has really narrow lots that create high density, and you show them these really skinny houses with little one-car garages or no car garages, almost every city in America will go, "You're not doing that in my city. You're not lowering my property values." No, I vote no. It goes to literally to the building, the city council, and they'll vote no on it. Because they'll look at the pictures of the houses you're going to build and they'll go, "Nope, we're not doing that in my city." But they'll tell you, "But if you can figure out a way to build some affordable housing, we really want that. Would you please build some affordable housing?"
That's why we throw them under the bus.
That's why we throw them under the bus. Yeah.
Back up.
I mean, it's literally every city does this. There's this city close by here, one of the surrounding areas around Tulsa called Jenks. And it's kind of where the snooty people live. Um, and they're always screaming, "We need affordable housing." Well, we've taken multiple developments to them that are like tiny little cracker box houses, very affordable to build, and they're like, "No." Well, why not? Well, they need to be bigger. This looks cheap. You said affordable housing, right? Did I not? It's the same word. Affordable, cheap, same thing. You can't build that in this. We don't want to lower property values in Jenks. It's like Muffy and I, we don't want that kind of house around here. You know, when we're at the club, we don't want our property values going down. That's my best Thurston Howell the Third impersonation right there. Do you even know who Thurston Howell the Third is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right, just checking. I mean, some people don't know. I don't think
I
my
had a
kids
moment
would
over the
know who that
weekend
is.
when I was stressing out about people not knowing who Eric Clapton was. Was that Natasha that didn't know who Eric Clapton was? And I was like,
Natalia, yeah, I think it was Natalia who didn't know.
I
Yeah,
know I'm old, but come on.
I
No,
know.
Timmy had a story problem in math, and it was about using a fax machine. And he literally had a mental breakdown because he couldn't comprehend having to pay to use a machine to send information.
Wow,
He couldn't,
wow.
I had to
Time
literally
written
Google it
information
and
to
be
that
like, no,
math book
this is
tells the
what it
story.
is. He's like, you had to pay to do that? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
He couldn't, I'm like, why? How old is that math problem though?
In
Seriously, how
fact,
old was that?
somebody used to uh, use a feather that had dye called ink in it to scribe on a piece of birch bark to then have a horse carry cross country to deliver to someone.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're not training us via Raven or passenger pigeon.
guys, we're going to have a smoke signals meeting this week for our sales huddle. Keep an eye on the sky for the smoke signal sales huddle. Yeah. So, does that answer your question, though, Ty? Did that help?
Yeah, I mean the big thing will become like when we get these developments, knowing what the lot value is, and especially on phase two, when people are always like, well, what kind of floor plans are you going to have? And I just tell them I have no idea, but also it'll help me not sound like a moron if I'm pitching, like, hey, this is what the customer says, but I know this isn't going to work because we can't build it.
Right.